Every time America and Iran come close to war, oil prices jump, stock markets panic, weapons companies celebrate, gold becomes expensive, shipping costs explode, and governments around the world suddenly become nervous. Now ask yourself, is this simply because war is dangerous? Or does somebody actually benefit every single time tensions rise? Because history tells us something very interesting. Whenever the Middle East burns, some economies suffer, some governments struggle, but a few industries become richer than ever before. So today, let's go beyond the headlines and understand whether the US-Iran conflict is just a military confrontation or one of the biggest economic games in modern geopolitics. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Being and Beyond, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Headlines. In this series, we don't simply repeat the news, we try to understand what lies behind the news. Today's question is simple. Is the US-Iran war really about ideology? Or is economics playing an equally important role? Let's find out. Follow the oil. Whenever there is tension in the Persian Gulf, the world's attention immediately shifts toward one place, the Strait of Hormuz. Nearly one-fifth of the world's oil trade passes through this tiny waterway. Imagine this like a highway. If this highway gets blocked, every country importing oil has to pay more. That means petrol prices rise, diesel prices rise, airline tickets become expensive, food transportation becomes costly, inflation increases. One missile can change prices across the world. That's the economic power of geography. Notice something. Even if no oil tanker is actually attacked, the fear alone pushes oil prices upward. Sometimes, markets react more to expectations than to reality. Who earns? When oil becomes expensive, higher oil prices hurt consumers, but they don't hurt everyone. Oil-producing nations earn more revenue. Energy companies see higher profits. Shipping insurance companies increase premiums. Commodity traders become more active. Financial markets witness huge speculative activity. In simple words, whenever uncertainty rises, money starts changing hands rapidly. Some lose, some gain. War is tragic, but uncertainty is extremely profitable. The defense industry never sleeps. Now think about another industry, weapons. Whenever regional tensions rise, countries immediately begin buying more missiles, air defense systems, fighter aircraft, drones, and surveillance technology. The Middle East has become one of the world's largest defense markets. Every crisis creates fresh demand. Governments spend billions. Defense manufacturers receive long-term contracts. Military industries expand production. This doesn't mean wars are created only for profits, but it does mean war economies exist, and many industries benefit whenever security fears increase. The dollar game. Here's something very few people discuss. Most international oil trading happens in US dollars. That means countries buying oil need dollars first. When oil prices rise, the demand for dollars also rises. A stronger dollar often benefits the American financial system. Meanwhile, countries importing oil see pressure on their own currencies, especially developing economies. This creates another economic dimension to geopolitical conflicts. Why India must care. Many Indians think this is happening thousands of kilometers away. Not really. India imports nearly 85% of its crude oil. Higher oil means higher fuel prices, higher transportation costs, higher inflation, pressure on the rupee, government fiscal challenges, airline costs rise, shipping becomes expensive, even vegetables transported by trucks eventually become more expensive. That's why a conflict in West Asia can directly affect your monthly household budget. So, is the US-Iran conflict only about economics? No.